Hello and welcome to another MOOG demo library. In today's video we're going to be exploring Muse, and in particular we're going to take a look at how the gesture mode works in the step sequencer. So to begin, I'm going to hit the step button, and then I want to pull up the settings menu for this particular sequence, and I can do that by hitting the settings soft button. Now what I want to do is adjust the sequence length to 32 steps, although I could go up to 64 if I wanted to. And then I'm going to scroll down to the scale setting, and I'm going to select a natural minor, and my root note is going to be a C. So I can back out of the settings menu, and now I want to look at the gesture page, which can be accessed by hitting the gesture soft button. So on this screen view we can see three boxes labeled note, velocity, and gate length with dedicated soft buttons below, and you'll notice that when I turn the value knob while looking at this page, it's going to change all three of these values inside of these boxes. Now the idea with the gesture page is that we are able to hold down any of these soft buttons to record this particular parameter into the sequencer, and on the left side we even see a prompt that says press a soft button to record. So for this example I'm going to use the Electron Digitac to provide a drum beat as we build up a sequence, as well as to provide MIDI sync for the sequencer. And I'm going to go ahead and hit record, and let's see how this works. So to begin, I want to build a bass line for this drum beat. So I'm going to do that in the second octave, and I'm going to start on D sharp 2. I'm going to rhythmically hit note to enter D sharp 2s into the sequencer as it's playing. So we can hear our D sharp 2s got recorded. Now I'm going to move the note down to C2. Now we have a very simple two-note bass line. I'm going to add some notes an octave up, so let's go to D sharp 3. So now I have a simple bass line playing, and what I want to do is actually add an additional melodic line on top of this bass line. So what I'm going to do is turn record off. That's going to actually store this so that I can undo and return back to this state of the sequence. And then I'm going to hit shift and record at the same time so that the record button blinks. And this indicates that we're in overdub mode. So now if we record new notes in, rather than replacing the notes on steps, they're going to be added. And we can add up to 8 notes per step, after which the 9th note will replace the 1st, the 10th will replace the 2nd, etc. So let's go ahead and add a melodic line 1 octave higher. Now if I don't like what I did, I can turn record off, and then I can hold the init button and press record, and we'll see on the screen it says seek record undo, and I'm back to just my simple bass line. So let's try again. I'm going to go ahead and also add an additional line 1 octave up. And the nice thing about this is you'll notice that none of the notes that I'm playing are out of scale, so everything will work harmonically as I keep building up a sequence this way. So the next thing that I want to do is actually adjust the velocities that have been entered. So I'm going to go ahead and set velocity to the top of its range. And I'm just going to tap velocity to add some full velocity notes like accents in this pattern. So as you can hear, we now have some accented notes, and the next thing I'm going to do is actually record a gesture from the velocity. And the next thing that I want to do is adjust the gate length of this pattern. And I can adjust the sustain to make that a little bit less subtle. So as you can hear, the gesture mode is a really nice way to build up sequences, and maybe sequences that you wouldn't typically do when entering notes from the keyboard. And it also enables people who don't necessarily know music theory very well to still make harmonically correct sequences based on a particular scale. So it just becomes a really powerful compositional work tool to break you out of your typical flow of how you might write sequences.